Hi everyone! So it has been many months since I've done a no-buy update check-in. I've filmed it or attempted to film it many times and I just couldn't get the words out. I just couldn't express myself the way that I wanted to be expressed, and I do have a little bit of concern about being misinterpreted when I do videos like this, because it does happen and it makes me not want to talk about these things. But I think it's important to talk about some of this stuff because I'm sure I'm not the only one who's dealing with these things. So back at the end of June, I did a video talking about losing my father, and I don't want to go into too much of that stuff because that's hard for me, but I will be sort of referencing some of that throughout this video. So in case that is difficult for you, if it's triggering or anything, I just wanted to put that right out front. Because my last update was in April and my father passed away in May. So I kind of thought I was going to want to purchase a lot of makeup. Knowing my history, knowing people deal with grief in very different ways, I kind of thought, well, maybe I'll purchase a bunch of stuff or have like desire to purchase stuff, and I really didn't. I had placed a one Sephora order this entire year. We're in August. I placed one Sephora order. It was for a lip balm, a lip scrub, lash glue, and brow pencil. And I ordered it the week before my birthday, which is the end of April, and it arrived after my father passed away, and I didn't open it for about a month. I had no interest in makeup at all, like at all. And I've been really happy to come back to do YouTube stuff because it's been really helpful for me to have a place where I can be creative and just have a good time with my makeup, and I can work on some of those concepts that I've been enjoying and do things that I'm really passionate about and things that I really enjoy, which was the whole point of my channel to begin with. You know, it was supposed to be a way for me to talk about things that I liked and to be able to express myself. So I have been happy with that stuff coming out. But anyway, I wasn't interested in purchasing stuff. Like, I haven't really been interested in purchasing anything besides like the odd things that creep in. I will say there was a tag that kind of was floating around / is floating around that took a big toll on me mentally. I am not blaming anybody. I don't want anybody to think that I'm blaming anybody, because that's not it. I said it on Twitter, and I know like not many people follow me on Twitter, but it's a me thing. It is a me thing. It's not about anybody else. I need to stop clicking on those videos, because there is that little part of me that's like, ooh, they're not just answering the tag questions, but they're also like giving shout outs to like 50 people. Maybe I'll be one of those 50 people, and not being one of those 50 people is like, oh, okay. And it hurt. I mean, it doesn't hurt now. Like, I've been dealing with it. So I've been doing some like online therapy stuff. There's like internet behavioral cognitive therapy, and it's a real thing. It's licensed. It's legit. Just because I know there'll be somebody who say it's not the same thing, but it is there's a lot of those programs out there now. They're making a lot of stuff more accessible online, although some of it's very expensive. Sidebar, check with your employer, see if stuff's covered. But anyway, that's been helpful for me, because like one of the things that kind of came up was me wanting to be like liked by people and being like, well, if I purchased all this stuff, then people would like me, because I could buy the stuff that they're buying, I could review the stuff they're reviewing, I could be like directly in that group. And it was like posed to me, but do you even like these people? Like, you're focusing so much on wanting to be liked, but not whether or not you even like the people you're talking about. Not to say that I don't like anybody, or that it's, but you know, everybody does have preferences, and not everybody's gonna like every person, as I well know. But you know, I hadn't really considered that. That was like a mind thing for me, that I was like, wow, I really hadn't considered that. I really hadn't considered my feelings towards anybody's personality or anything else. Just that like I really just wanted to be liked. So that was a whole other thing, because I have these issues, and I had this fear because I talked about before about feeling like I was going to be forgotten, and that people didn't care, and that I was, you know, excluded and everything else. And like, some of it's true and some of it's not, and that's sort of what I've been having difficulties with and what I've been trying to balance. But that's where some of my desires to want to purchase things have come in, not from anything else, but from those external things, from feeling like making it up in my head that if I could purchase from all of these brands, if I could purchase all of these indie brands, if I could be able to do like the constant reviews and do all of these things like I see other people doing, that I would be more liked by them and also like the people that watch them, you know, kind of thing. It's about wanting to fit in, which it's a thing that I'm trying to deal with. And that's the thing that I've been kind of struggling trying to figure out how to talk about, because my experiences doing a no-buy is going to be a lot different than somebody else who's doing a no-buy and somebody who is not talking about it, who is not sort of actively participating in this kind of community where there's a lot of consumerism. There is a lot of competition, you know, despite what anybody says, there is a lot of competition, and there's a lot of there's a lot of groups, there's a lot of cliques, there's a lot of pressure to kind of feel like you need to fit in a certain mold. It's like if you're not preppy enough, if you're not polished enough, if you're not alternative enough, if you're not this enough, and like I feel like I don't directly fit in any specific category because I'm like a little bit all over the place. So that's where some of my issues come from, and some of the stuff that I need to work through is that alone, which is kind of funny because like if I was to completely leave like social media stuff, a lot of that pressure would be gone. But I don't want to feel like I have to leave something that I enjoy doing for that reason. Like I want to be able to try and work around those things. So that's the stuff that I'm working on. So that's just what I wanted to talk about and express how that's a little bit difficult for me, and why sometimes like I don't quite know how to handle it, but I'm working on things, and I'm trying to correct a lot of those behaviors, and this is something that I've been working on for years, and it's not an overnight thing. It's not something that's like, boom, you're better now, or you know, you fixed all of those thoughts. It's like, you know, probably 80% of the time I'm good at recognizing those thoughts. I'm good at addressing what's bothering me. I'm good at correcting it. But then there's that 20% of the time where it's like I flip out and I'm like, oh my God, why is this, you know, impacting me so much? And then I get into a bad space. I get into that dark space that people talk about. But it's also different for me because I have been incredibly fortunate to receive some PR from brands. I have received some presents and gifts from people, some friends who are just absolutely amazing. I call them my guardian angels, because like some people came into my life at like the exact time when I really truly needed people. And that's a unique thing compared to other people. Because sometimes like when I do these videos, people will leave comments and kind of compare my journey to their journey and my experiences to their experiences, and it's incredibly difficult and almost impossible to do so, because anybody who like is not receiving like skincare PR every month is going to be in a completely different situation than I am. Like I haven't had to purchase skincare, which can be incredibly pricey, because I've been lucky to receive some stuff for free. So I'm incredibly fortunate and incredibly lucky for that, because my financial situation has not changed. I am in the same boat I was, you know, back in April. I'm not making more money. If anything, I'm making less money, and I'm going to potentially be making less money because there's talk about cuts and potential layoffs, and it's stuff I don't want to think about. I'm trying to save money as much as possible and cut every possible corner I can possibly cut. I haven't made money off of YouTube for a long time now, and I just made some money off YouTube again, which is mind-blowing. Anytime I get that like notification or whatever, I never expect it, and I always try and put the money aside to keep for like YouTube stuff in case like light bulbs blow and I need to order new light bulbs, or I need some stuff for my channel. I don't want to use that money to just like buy makeup to review, because I don't know if that's necessarily valuable. But not saying that I wouldn't. I mean, I don't, the consistency of what I make from YouTube is very inconsistent, so I can't say that I can do something every month or be able to like invest in something new. Like I'd love to be able to upgrade like camera and lighting situations and all that stuff, but it's just not something that's financially possible for me to do so. So I'm just trying to do my best and kind of save money, and you know, I'm trying to balance things a little bit, and it is difficult. It is difficult, and I'm having to sacrifice a lot, but it doesn't feel like sacrificing because I'm doing things that I want to do, you know. So if I have to cut personal things out for me so that like I can buy what my son needs and buy him birthday presents or whatever, like I'm doing it. But I'm trying hard, and I'm not saying that for any kind of reaction or anything. It's just, that's my life, and I'm not going into details because I don't really want to share all of that personal stuff. And again, like I said earlier, I am afraid of like the reaction that I get from talking so openly about this stuff, but it's just reality. You know, I don't have disposable income like other people do, and I started my channel in a very different place, and I definitely had that big overspending problem, which isn't a thing right now, you know, because I don't have the ability to do so. So doesn't mean that I don't struggle, but it's a lot easier, and I can't believe I'm a couple months away from like the anniversary of my first no-buy. So it'll be approaching like the 3rd year of a no-buy. Crazy. I'll have to do like a 2-year update or something, because I've definitely changed and learned a lot. Like I'm a completely different person than I was 2 years ago. And I'm incredibly proud of the progress that I've made. And not everybody might see that, but I see it, and I see the progress like all the time. I can see those little things, and I'm just like, you know what, I am proud of myself, and I feel like I have reason to be proud of myself. Like I've survived a lot, and I'm very happy to still be here, you know. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. The no-buy update, still going strong, you know, despite occasionally showing a new product. That I just wanted to kind of explain that as well, because I've shown new things. I didn't want to turn this into a haul. I didn't want to be like, this is my purchases, these are my gifts. That's just not the kind of stuff that I want to talk about. If people are interested in seeing stuff that I've received as PR, as gifts, even my like 4 items, Sephora purchases or something, let me know. Maybe I can do like a collective haul, quote unquote, every like 3 or 4 months or something. It really wouldn't be very frequent, so it would only be people are interested. I tend to mention it like when I'm using the product in a video, that it's something new that I haven't talked about before, that I'm like, this was a gift, this was passed down to me by so-and-so, my friend, my family, or whatever. So I try to explain it that way, so hopefully people know what's going on, because I have had a couple people who were like, you're buying stuff, and I'm like, I can't afford to buy stuff. I'm just a very blessed individual. Yes, hashtag blessed. Okay, sorry, this is taking a tangent. Anyway, I think that about covers it for the no-buy update. Let me know if you have any specific questions, if there's anything you would like to know, or if you just have any no-buy questions in general, anything about the last couple of years, or any of that kind of stuff. I'd be happy to do another video and address your questions directly. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.